you're looking for fast, reliable, and trusted auto transportation, look no further than Black Horse Auto Transport. Whether your vehicle's running or not, let us haul your classic, exotic, or luxury vehicle today. Whether it's across town or across the country, Black Horse Auto Transport has all of your needs. Find us on Facebook at Black Horse Auto Transport or give us a call at area code 704-308-7740. Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody around the world. This is Jason over here at Signature Esports, and of course and always it's Saturday night racing for the Signature eNASCAR Cup Series. Daniel Green out there, start your engines. You bet your butt. That's what they're doing. They're out there warming up, getting ready for the 400-miler here at Texas, brought to you by the Paralyzed Veterans of America Central Florida chapter. Go to PVACF.org to find out more information about how you can support that fantastic group. But more importantly, our race sponsor tonight is going to be the NWASCS, the Northwestern Arkansas Senior Care Specialists. Those guys are absolutely phenomenal. Thank you to them for sponsoring all of our Texas races all week long. They provide mobile primary care for older adults and assisted living patients in the greater Northwest Arkansas area. Contact their office for more details. Area code 479-445-3469 or give it an email, nwaseniorcarespecialists@gmail.com. They are absolutely wonderful. Getting ready to open up a new clinic here, a Suboxone clinic here in April of 2021 and right around Springdale, Springdale, Arkansas. That clinic's going to be opening up to help medication-assisted treatment. So for those who are looking to get off opioids and stuff like that, that's a good opportunity to help that clinic out. So fantastic awareness for those folks, as we are absolutely ready to give them all the support that they could do. Time to get her done out there. Cody Kinsey, Drinking Bros Clinic. Good evening. Time to do the work. Drinking Bros, says Kara out there on YouTube. Good to see everybody on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And, of course, our new Facebook group, the Signature Esports Live. Make sure you join that group and put your stuff out there for us. The Lazy Jerk, it's racing time. Good to see it. Thank you, Dinka, for hosting. I appreciate you very much. I thank you all for doing that. What's up, _Piercer? Have you gotten all of your follows yet? I want to make sure that she gets to 50 because she is doing it. Everybody is ready to go. And we're going to get over the starting grid. Get the old-fashioned starting grid this week. It's been a busy week, and I'm going to be back to making all the graphics next week, so we'll have all the fancy stuff back. I've been working on picture-in-picture as well, so that's part of what I've been working on this week, so kind of taking a little bit of time. I want to be able to start doing picture-in-picture next week, so that way you guys can see some cool stuff and some of the things that we're trying to advance Signature Esports into doing. Besides being a part of the card-breaking things, we want to make sure that we keep advancing our iRacing fun that we have. Colin Forster is going to be your pole sitter. First pole for him in the 2021 season. And Brian Dublais is going to be on the outside. So congratulations, Brian, getting the second fastest time. Lawson Peel, current points leader, has back-to-back wins here in the SECS. And Zach Camelo is going to be there in the outside row number 2. Chris Roberge and Brandon Banks, that's going to make up row number 3 for you. Mike Simone and Brian Dixon through row 4. Brian Dixon, part of the SETV team. Fantastic driver, very consistent. Good to see him out there. AJ Green, Douglas Carlson there in row number 5. Matt Robertson, Kevin Delia, they are part of the OCR team. They are there through row number 6. Row 7 is going to be DJ Thomas, Lights Out Esports number 1. Won the Daytona 400 for us. Now he's going to try to push it to get himself in to that number 1 position. Austin Bloom's going to be there in the number 14 outside row number 7. Ken MacArthur, Jake Elrod make up row number 8. Kevin Hayes and Chris Bates make up row number 9. James Hoskins and James Oxford are there in row 10. Josh Klinger, Ricky Williams, row 11. Daniel Helm and Bradley Dunson, who's out there streaming the Nick Flicky himself. He's out there. If you want to see his point of view, make sure you go and check that out. He's there in row number 12. Last but not least, Cody Anderson, the big CJ, number 32, backpack of the field. We'll have to interview him like you said earlier. All right, folks, Fred the Flagman high above the stands. Make sure you go get yourself a Fred the Flagman t-shirt on signatureesports.com. Click that shop button, and you'll find the Fred the Flagman t-shirt. And as it says on the t-shirt, the pace car is going to dive off. They're going to go when the green flag goes, and that's going to be right about here. Fred the Flagman says, green, 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 and they're off. Forster inside, Dublais outside. Last night, the Xfinity Series went caution-free for the entire race. I have faith that they can do it here, but, we'll see what happens. Everybody out there chatting, let's go Dublais. Is Zachary flipping out there up front, especially the number 9, says R. Forster. Well, the 9 is out front. There he is, the double trouble. Getting some fun. You haven't gotten it yet. What are you like? Hopefully you're like 2 away. If you're 2 away, W. Piercer, you guys are out there watching on Twitch, go find W_Piercer, Piercer, in the search bar and give her a follow for me. They are rocking and rolling already early on. Backstretch run, the 9, the 3, and the 6. Robert's there up to 3rd place. Texas is hot and heavy. Race info for you. 267 miles is what they're going to run. A 1.46 mile track length, 77-degree air temperature. Very cool in the late afternoon. It's been cool all week long here at the track when they're running late afternoon into the evening and turning dark. 49% humidity on the 74-degree air temperature. Partly cloudy sky, 16-mile-an-hour wind. It's going to be fast, fast, fast. All brought to you by Maxima Sports Cards and Signature PCs. If you want a PC custom built, get a hold of us on our Facebook page or go to our website. Send us a contact information. We would love to have our hands in your PC to give you something one of a kind. Forster, Peel very fast, has been fast all season long, and is the current points leader and guaranteed into the playoffs. Has 2 wins under his belt already. Colin Forster, patience is key as they continue to move forward. Biggest mover of the race, one of them right here. Here's the number 48, driving for Upfront Motorsports, AJ Green, up 4 positions from where he started. Next biggest mover up, Daniel Helm, Racer Motorsports, the number 13, driving for the Willie Machine. There is the number 13, driving that Ford Mustang, rolling through the gears, coming around turn 1, turn 2, trying to get another position as he is trying to be as fast as everybody else out there. Zach Camella not on the track. Something must have happened with Camella. We'll have to see what happened there. Camella was here to race and not in the grid right now. The 9 of Forster, the 3 of Peel, 0.2 of a second. Forster's just fast right now.
Robert's teammate hookups connection died. He says, well, hopefully he can get back in here and get back to racing. And if he can do that, then if there's a caution that comes out, there'll be an opportunity for him to make up some laps. Long race, 267 laps, 400 and technically 1 mile, but we'll call it the 400 for that reason. The Forester running the Napa know-how number 9. Chase Elliott paint scheme getting into the corner the way that he knows how. The 3 of Peel trying to hold on. Long green flag runs are Lawson Peel's fame. He blinked on the start and never came back. He's on his way back into the race. Awesome. Thank you, Mason. Appreciate that. Mason flipping out there on Facebook. Chat it up with him. If you want to know the ins and outs of what's going on behind there, ask Mason in the chat. He will kind of let you know. He is our race controller for the evening, doing a fantastic job. Let's go Drinking Bros. Bring it home 3 weeks in a row, says Michael Newbrow out there on Twitch. We know that Michael, the team owner out there, having a fantastic evening. Remember, if you want to be a part of the Signature Esports crew, all you have to do is just give us a like and follow on all the platforms, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. I would greatly appreciate it. Remember that we've started something new with Maximus Sports Cards. And that logo right there, the NWA Senior Care Specialist, is just a little bit too small. I will see if I can bump up that size so that way you guys can see a little bit more of it. It kind of have a little bit of a small logo, but it's all right by me. We'll make it work. We'll try to increase the size real quick behind the scenes while I'm clicking and doing all that stuff. 93648, and of course Brian Dubois fell back to 6th, back up into 5th, and the number 5 Drinking Bros Racing double treble is running his line as best as he can. Brian Dixon, there is the 33. We have a lot of folks that are big fans of Brian Dixon out there. He is running his Team SE33. I really like his paint scheme. He runs it at the Midwest Days of Thunder, and he runs it here as well. Asked him to be a part of my team because he just runs consistently and just likes to get out there and drive. So that's the reason why. If you don't know, that's now you do. Lawson Peel taking over the lead. Looks like the 9 kind of fell off a little bit. Might have gotten loose out of turn 4. The 3 and the 6 go through, and now Forrester is going to be able to sit back there in 3rd place as AJ Green looks to try to close the door on him. Lawson Peel out front. Chris Roberts. These are teammates. Drinking Bros Racing, the 3 and the 6. 12 laps in, and these guys are trying to advance their position a little further than everybody else. Lawson Peel always fast, but we know that the downforce here is never the best. Getting in the draft is okay, but you want that clean air. That's what I see. Roberts trying to close the distance on teammate Lawson Peel. Colin Forrester trying to hold on to it as they roll through the front stretch. That big tri-oval is an awkwardly shaped in and out. It's like literally going to In-N-Out Burger and being disappointed at the end of the day. Kevin Delia up 3 spots. Here is the number 53. You're going to see him coming out of exit of turn 2. Backstretch run. Got Douglas Carlson behind him. Kevin Delia, part of the OCR group, trying to get to the inside of the 33. 33 running that mid-high line. Mid to the low 3rd line right there. Delia trying to make the inside work for him. In, out, in, out. A pass right here for 8th, and that's going to be a success. But don't count out Brian Dixon. Douglas Carlson running right where he started in 10th, but he's going to be there running away with it. Another pass trying to go here for Dixon. Dixon going to the inside of the 53. 53 is going to carry a little speed on the higher line on the exit of 4. You can almost flat-foot it here. Dixon in and out, cross next to the grass. Run. There he is. Inside turn 1. Brian Dixon making that pass. It's going to be a back-and-forth battle for these two drivers. Side-by-side racing on the exit of 2. And backstretch run. The draft going to work in the favor of the 53, so he's going to pick up a spot. Mike Simone in front of Kevin Delia trying to track down the 88 of Brandon Banks. Brandon Banks up to 6th. Actually, he was right where he started. He was backwards just a little bit and came back into it. Lawson Peel out front. 0.2 of a second. 3-car tandem. Almost draft front bumper for Lawson Peel right here into turn 1. Having to let out of the throttle. get into the accelerator, try to push it up the track, try to be as fast as possible. And right now, those 5 cars really holding on to it. Chris Robert's really digging. Chris Robert's part of the Canadian driving force here in Signature Esports. Everybody out there, chat it up. We want to hear it. We want to see what you're doing. Make sure you've got your shares out there on all the platforms, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Also, share it to all your favorite iRacing groups out there. Sun is setting in Texas, lap 17 being completed. 80% fuel, 9 tire changes allowed here, so that's a whole lot of tires to be able to complete all of these laps. And 45, I think that might be the key here for the laps here at Texas. Might be the pit cycle that you see. I know that 38, 39 is what we saw in the truck series, so try to go about 7 more. That's my guesstimation. I don't do the research because the drivers are going to tell me what it is, and we'll see how it goes. Biggest mover still of the race, Daniel Helm up to 15th now. Here is the 13 Racer Motorsports Ford Mustang right behind Ken MacArthur. Ken MacArthur doing a decent job as well. He's up 1 spot, started 15th. Got around a guy, and now he's going to continue to run. Got all those drivers in front of him as they are trying to stick it out. How fast can you be? Fixed setups in this series. The 97 right there behind the 14 behind teammate and fellow driver. Here's the 7 of Douglas Carlson. Going to be running that lower line. 16 of Matt Roberts leading this little pack around as he's trying to catch up to the top of the field. 24 of Austin Bloom coming through the front stretch into turn 1. He's up 4 positions from where he started. He's got Brian Dixon, fellow Midwest Days of Thunder driver, in front of him. And Dixon coming into turn number 3. Off 1 spot from where he started, but he's doing a fantastic job. Kevin Delia doing a fantastic job as well. There's a lot to be figured out when it comes to driving this track, so we're definitely going to be seeing how they continue to move forward, because Lawson Peel usually blows the doors off, folks, and right now, teammate Chris Robert is holding on as he, Forrester, and Green take that top 4 all the way through. Dublé coming off pace just a little bit. I think his tires might have really started to hold in. Brandon Banks, one of the most consistent drivers in the Signature eNASCAR Cup Series, is right behind him. Brandon Banks holding on. Chris Robert's going for a pass right here on the inside of teammate of Lawson Peel, the SECS FRL Fast Lane Racing League. Chevy Camaro Z01 Drinking Bros Racing out front. And Texas might be the track for Roberts as he's starting to heat himself up. Gets out in front of teammate Lawson Peel. Forster trying to find a way to pick apart the top 3 to get back out in front of the drivers there. AJ Green right there on the tail of him as well. You see the long, almost a drone cam right there from the 6 into 3. Robert starting to pull away just a little bit. And the angle into the corner, the 6 might have it a little bit better. Everybody else kind of drove it a little bit more straight into the corner. Robert's fantastic drive already as they continue to move forward here at Texas. You see, this is the rear bumper of Lawson Peel. A little bit more out of the gas than probably he wants to be in that corner. It made him push up the track just a little bit. And now Colin Forster looks like he's going to be making a move. Robert's out front, starting to pull away from the field, and that's going to be the driver that you look at for the time being. Robert's out front. Pause for the cause. Commercial break coming at you. Make sure you join us tomorrow evening as we have the Joe Sixpack Racing League, and then we're going to do a cash race tomorrow night, and that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm actually going to be driving. I will be streaming from my cockpit, so you guys will be able to watch me drive Talladega with a few other drivers for some money. That is what we're doing, paying into that, and thank you to everybody who's registered for that. You can still register for that by going to our Facebook page and tell me that you want to do it. There's some PayPal information that you send your entry fee over, and then we'll have some fun. Roberge, Peel, Forrester, Green, Dublé. That's going to be the top 5. Chris Roberge still holding on to that lead and doing a fantastic job. Shelly Bloom out there. Let's go up front racing. And Maddie's got skills, the daughter of James Oxford, her YouTube channel out there, giving us a big old hello. Let's go to Signature Esports and James Oxford, the number 15. Oxford driving the number that I normally drive. And he is up one spot right now. This awesome little... he's my Phasma Nvidia's paint scheme. Kind of dig it. Daniel Helm right there behind him, trying to pick off another spot. I think that's Daniel. Nope, that's the 4. It's Mr. Kamela coming out, trying to catch up some of those laps, hoping for a nice little reprieve. Had the internet issues, had to come back in there. So Zach Kamela on the track. He's only 4 or 5 laps down, so fantastic. Look at him go. Only got 4 laps to make up. He can do that in the course of a race. Roberge pulling away from him. Forrester gets around Lawson Peel, and now he is in second. Lawson Peel falling off pace just a little bit. And now Colin having to work his way back to the front. Chris Roberge way out there, but that gap slowly closing as Forrester's figures something out with this track. 30 laps in. The 9 of Forrester trying to drive it more straight into the corner. 48 of AJ Green right there on the back bumper of the 3. The 9 and the 3. Lines different than the race leader. Roberge, 0.7 of a second out over the field as you see the FRL driver. Drinking Bros Racing trying to get another driver out there with a win. Run. Look at him go. Driver off the most positions at the moment would be the 8 of DJ Thomas. He's trying to go around Bradley Dunson right there. Bradley Dunson, then the Young Don Korean Barbecue, number 12. The car still cracks me up. I believe Young Don is going to be sponsoring a race this season again like they did last year. Bradley, part of Alabama's finest, only gets to race every once in a while, but part of our Signature Esports Road Series. Doing some good things. Right there behind the 1 of DJ Thomas, trying to catch themselves up to Lights Out Esports, number 1 of Chris Bates. Bates looking for James Oxford in front of him. Chris Bates, it's like Oxford comes to pit road. He might be on his own pit strategy, which we've seen James do in the past. So we're going to see how this works for him. He's going to pit a little bit earlier, lap 33, maybe short pitting himself to get out front. Chris Bates now up a spot. Chris Roberge, run stretch running, 0.7 of a second over Forrester, Peel, Green, and it looks like Dublé starting to get back in the throttle a little bit more. He's got Brandon Banks behind him, so there's the 5, the double treble running himself a little higher up into turn 2, a little loose on the backstretch. Looks like the 88's going to catch right to him. You see how turn 2, they kind of drive themselves up the track on the exit. And right now, the 88 looking to try to put some closing speed on the inside line of the 5. This is the battle right here for 5th place as the 5 and the 88 start to heat things up. Colin Forrester a little bit loose. Looks like gap closing. And now gap extending. Forrester a little bit shaky on the outside. Drops himself inside. There's the 6. 1.2 seconds out in front of the field and extending. Brian Dublé, Brandon Banks, 35 laps in, P5. Looks like Brandon Banks might inch it out over the line right here, but it'll be turn 1 where this pass possibly could be cleared. And the 5, a little higher run, drops into place. And Kevin Delia is going to be on the tail skirts of the 5 as the 88 tries to make sure that his line is continuously running as well. 88, Brandon Banks takes over 5th place. Kevin Delia in the mix. These guys are running. Chris Robert's 1.1 seconds out in front of the field. Forster closed the gap just a little bit there. Let's take a look at the last 5 lap times. Bottom of your screen right there. Robert's a little bit faster in the middle of those sprints. Lap 32 was faster for Forrester and faster for for lap 36. So it's all about pace. And right now, something might be working in the favor of James Oxford, because Mr. Oxford, who's a lap down, is on fresher tires. And he is trying to get to the race leader, get around, get his lap back. And that might be the trick here, as we see Chris Robert holding on for dear life. The 15 driving down underneath. Roberts had the faster lap that time, and he should just tuck up behind those fresh tires of the number 15 as they continue to move. Lap 38 being completed. Green flag conditions. Roberts holding on. He's in some dirty air now. Now has the opportunity to continue to move forward. It does look like Forster was faster that lap as they move around. Man, 39 laps in, everybody's green. James Oxford, somebody up in the wall right there. Oxford going around some traffic, more lap traffic. That's the 32 of CJ Anderson. Little wall scrape. We're going to see some right side wall scrapes as tires start to wear on these drivers. So no doubt you're going to see that. You're going to see some folks sitting 8 seconds on pit road a little longer to probably get a little bit of that dinged out. Race leaders coming. Forster closing the distance. Lap traffic starting to be in play, and Robert's just getting them all at the wrong opportunity. He's getting them in the corner, so he's having to slow way up into the corner to get around these folks. Robert's holding on. That's the line that he's running. Forster starting to close the distance a little at a time, but now Forster has a little bit of lap traffic in front of as the 6 yeets it around the corner. That's the 11 in front of him. Ricky Williams letting the leader go by. Going to tuck up into place. Forster starting to close. The 6 finally gets around what's in front of him and see if he can stretch his legs to pull that lead back out in front of him. Lap 41, green all the way. Brian DuBlay coming to pit road. Douglas Carlson on pit road as well. Seeing the green flag pit cycle starting to work themselves in. James Oxford, we were talking about him just a little while ago. Mr. Oxford has worked himself through the field a little bit, gotten back on the lead lap, or getting close to getting back on the lead lap. He's going to be doing so whenever the leaders come to pit road, but there is James Oxford. He's already faster than everybody else, and DJ Thomas right behind him. So we're waiting to see what's going to happen when it comes to pit road strategy. The 9 trying to go to the inside of the 11. And right now, Robert's just holding on to it. Needs that long green flag run to keep himself situated. Forrester starting to close the distance, though, as I do believe the lap traffic may have forced people off their line. And right now, Robert's being caught little by little. Turn 3, turn 4, his better turns. He starts to keep that entry and exit speed. Turn 1, not the great. He turns more shallow into turn 1. And that wears your tires out, but still not a bad lap right there. See Dunson coming off pit road. Dunson's going to be last car in the lead lap. Oh, sorry, Dunson hasn't been to pit road, so he's going to be first car lap down as the leader comes to him. Robert's right there starting to stretch his legs, doing a good job at it too. Backstretch run for the drivers. Everybody clean. Man, what a race. Andrew Looper says, get it, Oxford. Oxford is pitting with Nick Lights used to... I don't know what that means. Seeing a little bit of a scheming from last night. Here, Dublé, I believe the 33 bumped Brian, so he headed to pits. Lawson Peel on pit road. AJ Green, Kevin Hayes on pit road. Dublé back on the lead lap, so he's going to be there. He's got Oxford behind him, so all these folks coming to pit road. Ryan Dublé is going to be one of those drivers on the lead lap that's going to be looking to get it. Chris Robert still out front. Brandon Banks there. Colin Forrester coming to pit road looking to get some of that those extra feel goods. Pit road cycle 45, 46, 47. That's what we're seeing. Robert likes to come to pit road kind of alone, just so everybody knows. Brandon Banks 3.9 seconds off. Now 4 as Robert comes around. He's going to take another lap, and he might take it all 50 laps. We will see how this works in his favor. The lazy jerk giving us a shield. Thank you very much. Reese, get it, buddy. Zach Arnold giving some love out there, I think. DJ, why you lacking so hard? DJ Thomas, it just might not be his track. Sometimes, certain mile and a halves are like the flavor that you like the most, and I'm one of those drivers that like Charlotte a lot. I like Texas a lot too. I like Chicagoland. Chicagoland's kind of like the track that I like the most. So, you guys will get a treat later on whenever the Truck Series happens. I'm potentially going to be out there racing at least once this season. I've not gotten to race in one of our league races. 6 of Robert's coming to pit road. And without a doubt, we're going to see some of the drivers already early on pit road, and we'll see how Robert recovers from all of that. Brian Dixon coming to pit road. There's the number 33. Yeah, he's got a little bit of nose damage there, but it does happen. Josh Klinger. Lap 50 running. Backstretch run. Elrod's not far off, 2.42 seconds. There's the 48 going around Josh Klinger to get his lap back. And Klinger holding on for as long as he can. 50. He's going to take another lap around this bad boy. 51, going to make it work. Jake Elrod on pit road, the 14, the Black Horse Auto Transport OCR drivers. Doing it justice. There is Josh Klinger. Robert's coming off pit road. He's already going to be out there in front as soon as he gets up to speed. 17 of Klinger coming around. Lawson Peel, 23 seconds off. That's going to be the lap time for these guys. As the 17 comes to pit road, he's going to get credit for leading a lap. With some extra bonus points. As long as he can cross before Lawson Peel does. Alrighty, Lawson Peel there. I think Roberts might have stayed out a little bit too late. But he's going to have the fresher tires to be able to track down these folks. As right now, Lawson Peel pitted on lap 45. Holding on to it. Does have Brian Dixon, who's got fresher tires. This came off pit road. Brian Dixon going to hold on to it. Try to stick with it and stick around. The 3 of Peel holding off the 9 of Forrester, which we know these guys are already fast. But Robert, he is 8.9 seconds off of AJ Green. And was your race leader, so stayed out maybe a couple of laps too long to try to hold on to it, but he led a ton already, so congratulations on that. Getting out there and running with the best of them. The 9 of Forrester, good on fresh tires. The 3 of Lawson Peel, good on the long run. Texas is Texas, folks. Lawson Peel right there. Forrester, your pole sitter, in second, trying to get back to first place. Forrester led a ton of laps in the beginning. I say a ton, 8 or 9 laps in the beginning. Oh, a little bit loose for the 3. Going to go up the track a little bit. That might give an advantage to the 9. 9's going to drop in. Going to try to take the lead away from Lawson Peel. Going to do so as Lawson's going to slide down into second place. Forrester ready to rock and roll. New race leader. fifth lead change, sixth lead change of the afternoon. Colin Forster into turn one. Brian Dixon, last car on the lead lap at the moment. Fresh tires, needs a little bit of that nose taken care of, but still running through it. Oxford up to 14th. We were talking about pit strategies. Mason Flippin co-commentates with Mr. Oxford on Friday nights for the Xfinity Series, and he's possibly utilizing some of his strategy. That's what Mason was talking about. Colin Forster back out front, though, and then woohoo! Ricky Williams just had a great save on pit road. Bob Ross emoji, you love it. Haley Woolley, good to see you out there. Will be fun for sure. Good to see everybody. Had some contact between two cars entering pits. Got it. Mike Pimpere, get it done, Dixon. Mike, you're going to be driving with me tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun. Good to see you out there, buddy. To see YouTube blowing up. Thank you very much to all the people on YouTube. Thank you to everybody out there on Facebook and Twitch and all that fun stuff. You guys are awesome. Was looking to see if there was the thing for pit road, but it didn't tell me, so missed it. That happens. Forster, a full second out over Peel. Green right there as well. Last lap for Chris Roberge. 29.47. Last lap for race leader Colin Forster. 29.75. So 0.4 of a second faster is Roberge as he's starting to really put the pressure on, close the distance, and really dig in because, you know, I say the long green flag run is Chris Roberge's friend here, and that's what I'm seeing. Peel falling off pace. Forster still fast. 29.67 for Forster last lap. Roberge at 29.38 last lap, so Forster's going to have to buckle in because Roberge is trouting through the field, and the way things might work, that might be his way of looking at it. Forster 1.3 seconds out over the field. AJ Green is 8 seconds off the race leader right now. 8.5 seconds coming through the front stretch. And things have just really calmed down. And that is pretty impressive. Brian Dixon still on the lead lap, pulling away from Colin Forster. Those extra couple of lap fresh tires. This will be a big factor when it comes to what they do later on. Next green flag pit stops, we're going to be looking here in about 18 to 28 laps, depending on the driver that comes in. So we'll see how that's going to work. Brian Dixon trying to track down James Oxford. James worked himself up to 11th, but some of those fresher tires are getting around him. So James Oxford's last lap, 31.37. Dixon 29.62. So trying to make sure that he keeps himself out there. Great long green flag runs. That's the way it's going to be. Colin Forster out there by a little bit. If you have James figured out, he should come around lap 65. Justin Barkley says, let's go. No doubt cheering for everybody out there. Let us see what's going to happen. I think tonight, we did our hard poll last night. I think tonight might be a Phasmophobia night. Just maybe. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Can't stream the forest until I figure out how to get the censor stuff out. Dixon going around Oxford. Oxford's going to be the last car. Excuse me, last car on the lead lap. They are moving and grooving. Kevin Hayes. There he is. The 19. Driving the Xfinity Toyota Camry. Never taken his Xfinity scheme. I do enjoy the clean schemes like that. Jake Elrod going around. Ken MacArthur's the next driver that Jake is looking for. Jake stayed out 1 lap shyer than Josh Klinger. Josh Klinger up to 12th, 9 spots up from where he started, and has really driven his way very nicely into the field. So the Black Horse Auto Transport 17 trying to find himself in the mix. Josh Klinger, part of the playoffs, so it was all the way into the Final Four last year, or technically the Final Five, and had to drive all the way out into the. Basically, had to try to outdrive somebody. I think he finished 3rd in the series total. Mario Marin, of course, the first ever SECS Signature eNASCAR Cup Series champion. And does a fantastic job. Colin Forrester way out there, but for how long? Because Lawson Peel looks like he is catching him. And maybe I'm just losing my mind. Here's the last 5 lap times. Maybe back and forth a little bit there. Let's see what happens here with Peel as Forrester comes across the line. Gap looks like it's increasing just a little bit here and there. But pretty much relative times. We'll see what Lawson Peel has in store as these long green flag runs usually working to his advantage, but Colin Forster showing that long green flag run could be his as they are moving into turn 3, turn 4. Peel's gap closing just a little bit. Front stretch run, up high. Woo. These things are smooth. Lawson Peel. And back and forth just a little bit there. There's how they're looking. That's what's going on there. AJ Green has Roberge all over his rear bumper. We were talking about Chris Roberge closing the distance and closing the gap. There he goes. Ran 51 laps on his pit cycle. I'm sorry, 49 laps on his pit cycle. And so he's got 4 lap fresher tires than everybody in front of him except for Forrester. And he is still closing the distance. As long as he can get around the 48 of AJ Green. Long green flag run, 6th there. Bottom. 48 crossover. Good little run right here. 6. Got a little bit of loss of speed there. Brandon Banks still in 5th place. There is that Rowdy Motorsports driver right there. Driving for Team Rowdy here in the Signature eNASCAR Cup Series, along with that guy right there, Matt Roberts. He is just a second off teammate right there. And team owner, Ken MacArthur. There he is. Ken MacArthur running in 14th right now. Doing a fantastic job. Everybody's doing a fantastic job. Like, everybody gets a fantastic job. You get a fantastic job. You get a fantastic job. We're just going to get it. Oh, man. They are, dude. Yes, they are. It's a great battle. Everybody's having a great battle. Everybody's doing fantastic jobs. That was Klinger and Dublé, wasn't it? There it is. 17. Josh Klinger up to 10th. Douglas Carlson slips down into place. There's the 11. Holding on to it. Klinger moves up 11 spots, up 2 more spots from where he started. Hoskins, the 23, the tracker coming around. Ooh, nearly. Get him running. Brian Dublé, the driver that they're looking for. The 9th right now. Got a clean looking car. Got a little rear damage, but that doesn't really matter here. He was hit pretty square, it looks like. He's doing good. He'll be fine. His lap times are consistent with everybody else's. Actually, he's faster than the leader right now. So step on it, Brian. Step on it. Colin Forrester is your race leader. 1.7 seconds out in front of Lawson Peel. Roberge gets around Green for 3rd and is starting to track them down. He's got a big relative to chase here, as that 2-second differential when it came to fresh tires was it. Well, Bears ran the fastest lap of the race up until Colin Forster came out on fresh tires. Roberts and Lawson Peel both tied 28.95 for the fastest lap behind Colin Forster at 28.82. And here comes Roberts holding on to it. Oxford's there. Oxford did come to pit road on lap 65.
Mason was right there.
Oxford trying to time his laps right, trying to time his strategy right. James Oxford right there. Let's look at his pit strategy on the bottom right hand of your screen. We're going to take that to... I was going to take it directly to him. Let's go look at that. There you go. Oxford there at 19th. 32, 33 laps, and then 9 on his tires now. So he's trying to make something work in his advantage here. We'll see how it goes. Man, oh man, look at him run. Forrester rolling through it. He's got a few drivers in front of him, trying to get around to 33 of Brian Dixon. A few drivers up under the wall right there. 33 trying to go around CJ Anderson. CJ running the higher line right there. 33-10, that's going to be the drivers there. Man, oh man. Monday night, the Ryco E-Performance Dirt Series. That's going to be a lot of fun. That's about 8:20 Eastern is whenever they start racing. Ryco live about 8:15. I think 8:20 is when the qualifying is, so 8:25 is whenever we go live. They are doing big block modifieds this week. Got a good little stint of groups over there, and they're a whole lot of fun. So that's this week's dirt modifieds. Next week is 410 sprints. They alternate back and forth, and it's been a lot of fun broadcasting those guys. We are taking the week off from the Real Racing Online Dirt Series this week. Championship next week, 100 laps for the championship. That's going to be a whole lot of fun. So that'll be not this Sunday, but next Sunday. Then after that, let's see, after the race on Monday, we're having our very first bought and paid for, other than me, Signature Esports Breaks, brought to you by Maximus Sports Cards. And that's going to be a lot of fun. Drivers, folks have gone out and bought the drivers' positions that they want, and they hit the drivers, and they get those cards. You get all the cards. So if they hit something really cool, worth a lot of money, that's them. Be a whole lot of fun. All right, folks. Speaking of Maximus Sports Cards, let's go Kevin Hayes. Everybody getting some love. I'm following around with the race leader, but guess what? It's that time, folks. It is. As soon as I find it, there it is. Sounds of iRacing brought to you by Maximus Sports Cards. Go to MaximusSportsCards.com or find them on eBay, Facebook, and Amazon, and you'll be able to get yourself some cool stuff out there. I appreciate each and every one of you for doing that. And let's make sure that we turn up your volume and have a little fun with this. Mason out there, I appreciate you very much. Part of the thing is that if it doesn't show up as a contact in my relative, I can't see it. So I appreciate it. Saying that Douglas had a great job of keeping the race on a green flag run. This doesn't happen for me. If it doesn't show contact, or if it doesn't show that he crashed or something like that, it doesn't show up. So that's kind of how that SDK gaming works for me, guys. That's what the relatives I use, which I appreciate what they do. Remember, Maximus Sports Cards. That is the Sounds of iRacing. Used to be formerly known as Bulldog Sports Cards and Collectibles, but he changed his name, and it's a whole lot of fun. Robert's back out front after Forrester comes to pit road, and Robert's was catching him. I promise you, he was very much catching him. Lawson Peel comes. They all come to pit road, so he's going to hit his first pit road cycles. Lap 95 being completed under green flag conditions, as Chris Roberts is going to hold on to it, doing the math. The number 6 out there, 3.5 seconds in front of Brandon Banks. There's Brandon Banks there to the outside. Lawson Peel trying to go to the inside. Might be an opportunity or two. Chris Roberts was very fast, and we know that they are doing a fantastic job of being a part of it. Josh Klinger on pit road on lap 50, or hasn't come to pit road yet. So drivers inside the top 7 have not been to pit road yet, including the 33 of Brian Dixon, Jake Elrod, Josh Klinger, who is already fast, Matt Roberts running his position, Kevin Delia, and Brandon Banks. Tell you what, this voice recognition stuff, kind of dig it. Thank you for everybody watching out there. Make sure you give us a like and follow on all of the platforms. We're going to see when these drivers are coming to pit road. There's the 15 of Oxford. He's got Lawson Peel behind him, so I do believe Forrester has gained his lap back. So at a certain point, you would think the 6 is going to come to pit road, but he's going to lead him around just a little bit longer. Roberts trying to get around Oxford. Oxford came in on 35. Or on 65, not 35. He came in on 65. Peel going around. Teammate to Lawson Peel. It's a Peel in second. Forrester looking for those passes to get around there. There's Brian Dixon, who's not been to pit road yet. Holding on to it for as long as he can. Going to the inside, there is Brian Dublé there. Dublé on pit road early. Matt Roberts coming to pit road. We're seeing the Rowdy Motorsports drivers. Roberts there as well. He looks like he is going to have a backstretch run, completing lap 99 on a green flag pit cycle. And I hear him throttling down. And 6 coming to pit road. Opportunity for him to not go a lap down. He's got to get cleanly on pit road. Brandon Banks coming in. Kevin Delia coming in. Klinger going to come around. Is Klinger going to come in? Klinger's not going to come in. Klinger's going to do the same thing he did before. He's going to come around and hold on to it. Hold on for dear life. Klinger leading another lap around. That's what he's going to be doing. Lap 100. He came in on lap 51, so he's good to run a couple of laps extra. Colin Forrester, it's like he would reassume the lead. Banks gets off pit road a little bit cleaner than Roberts. Roberts is sitting on pit road still. Something going on there. Kevin Delia as well. I wonder if Roberts is getting something fixed there. Maybe. Josh Klinger still leading him out front. Gonna run a couple of laps. Get credit for leading some laps. Colin Forster starting to close the distance. Jake Elrod on pit road. That's one of the drivers inside the top 10 as well. Brandon Banks going to go around him as far as speed goes, so that's going to be where that's going to set. Dublé a lap down. Bloom a lap down. Everybody inside the top 6, outside the top 6 right now, a lap down. Trying to go around Klinger. Klinger coming into pit road. Colin Forster closing the distance. There's Roberts. Roberts back out there. So Roberts 2 laps down now. After sitting on pit road for a little bit longer. Maybe he needed to get something fixed there. Quite possible. As Roberts goes around the 6 to get a lap back. Or the 6 goes around the 9 to get a lap back right there. So he is gonna get one of those laps back. And we know that Roberts is very fast. He's gonna have to figure something out here. Maybe find a way to short pit, win the leader's pits, get around him, find himself back on the lead lap. We know that Roberts is super fast and just something happened there. But Colin Forster, your race leader, 2.6 seconds back. It's Lawson Peel. 104 laps in, and we are just about halfway into the mix. So this is going to be kind of fun to see. No cautions. No cautions. Oh, he got a speeding penalty, says Carlson. Oh. But did he have to come back in? Because I didn't see him leave pit road to come in and serve it. That might have not been me just paying attention. 106 laps green. Can you imagine it? It's Texas, and they're running green flag laps. All right, folks. In the meantime, oh, he had a hold. Okay, so he did the 45-second hold. Man, oh man, speeding on pit road. That's kind of where you're at. Those things do happen, though. Alrighty, folks. I do believe it is that time for me. I have to take a vocal break, and I will be right back with you. Keep watching. I'm going to put it on exciting, so you'll be able to see what happens. And if something exciting happens, it would be cool. It'll definitely be there. All right, I'll be right back with you. Alrighty, folks, back at it again. Man, oh man. What some fun. It's AJ Green right there in third. Brandon Banks trying to track him down. Banks was up to third himself, so AJ Green did some good things on pit cycle to get himself in a good position. Forster, Peel, Green, Banks, Delia, that's your top five. Robertson, Bloom, they're holding on to it. Klinger, he had a little bit longer, got on pit road. He's a lap down. His first car 1 lap down, but we'll see how this works out as they continue to move forward when it comes to timing and what they have in place. Lap 114 of 267, not quite halfway through the race. I bet these guys will going to hate me at the end of the season, but I tell you what, there's a lot of money on the line for these folks, so let's hope that they have some fun. Colin Forster virtually running away with it. That teaches you to be as fast as you can for as long as you can. His last lap, and there's a lot of racing left to go. So some of these drivers that have started to figure things out when it comes to their lines and whatnot, they'll be able to finally get themselves back on, back on the lead lap, and they'll get themselves back into the swing of things. But it's all about it's all about pit strategy, and then after pit strategy, it's all about getting your consistent line, getting yourself driving into this and making it work. Who'd have thunk it at halfway through the race that we're getting close to halfway through the race, but most of the drivers came to pit road on lap 90 and 91. Brandon Banks on 99. Matt Roberts on 98. Austin Bloom on 91. Austin Bloom being caught by the race leader at the moment. Josh Klinger came in on lap 102, and Klinger's right there behind the race leader right now, so he's got a better part of 11 lap pressure tires and looking to try to make a smooth move around him. Now, I know that Robert's, that was his pit cycle too. He came in on 99 and trying to hold on to it for as long as he can. So we'll see what Klinger does here. Klinger is going to be a lot faster than the 9 coming into each corner and corner exit. So this is Lucky Dog trying to get his lap back coming across the front stripe. .8-second lead out front. 9 down to the bottom. Hits the little bit of the apron. Klinger might have an advantage here to try to get his lap back from the race leader of Colin Forster. They're coming around doing a fantastic job. Much love for all of them. That's for darn sure. Almost halfway. Yes, almost halfway. We're about 12 laps, 13 laps from halfway, 14 laps from halfway. Crazy. Normally, cautions come out, and then you're like, oh, well, okay, here's a caution, here's some laps. And, I hate to tell people that clean racing is boring, but now it's literally all about strategy. There's the 24 trying to hold on to his lead lap in front of the 9 of Forrester, and the 17, if he gets around Forrester, will have a position car in front of him. Klinger up high, trying to find a way. Forrester right there trying to get to the 24. The 17 is going to follow him. And that might be, here's a battle for position right here. 24 gives up a little bit of the low line for the 7th and 8th position. 24 right there on a little bit older tires. Falls back into 8th place. Klinger now has to work to get back up there and try to get around the 9 of Forrester to get his lap back. Those older tires are a big factor. Forrester 3.4 seconds out in front of the field. iRacing at its finest, I tell you what. Lawson Peel in second. AJ Green is a little bit off of him, but I think that might have been. We're going to take a look at the lap times. Let's see how folks are driving around each other. Green was catching him there for a little bit, and might still be doing so. Little right side for the Peel, the number 3. See it up there on his right front. Maybe just a little ding right there. Little nose damage as well, so not as aerodynamically friendly as you would want. But, it does happen. Colin Forrester out front. Now Klinger starting to pull him back in. Austin Peel ran pretty much exactly the same laps as the 9 car on the last 3 laps, so that's you can tell that it doesn't take as much on the nose as you would think. Matt Roberts to Josh Klinger. Here's Matt Roberts. Fresher laps as Robert's right there as well. Robert's first car a lap down from these guys. Robert's really trying to hold on to it. He's on lap 123. Leaders are getting ready to make 125. So he's a lap and a half off the pace. Klinger losing ground to Roberts. Klinger trying to hold on to it. That's the battle going on there. I'm trying to see what's going on with the drivers to see what's going on. James Hoskins starting to try to make that top 10 a little bit better, look a little bit better. He's catching Austin Bloom in the number 24. So the 23 really holding on to it. Really doing a fantastic, everybody just such a fantastic job. We're over halfway through the race, or pretty close start to it. Seven more laps, we'll be halfway through the race. Douglas Carlson coming off pit road. Looks like he got some things fixed. EC loving it. Can't drop the focus on the race, so they will meet the wall. Yes. Yep. It might be a little boring for the viewers, but they're not. They're going to be exhausted. You bet your butt they're going to be exhausted. Can you imagine the Daytona 500 is part of the iRacing schedule right now, and everybody out there driving for 200 miles or 200 laps. I think 267's a 400 miler here at Texas. Can you imagine trying to be patient for 200 laps at Daytona in iRacing? It's crazy, super crazy. The run is coming. Everybody's having good times. Forster and Peel, those are the guys out front right now. How long do you have to hold on to it? Forster starting to lightly pull away from Josh Klinger, who was holding on to it. Klinger in 7th, 1 lap down. And maybe instead of just trying to push it, you just kind of be relatively patient. Hoskins is really coming. He is 9th right now, up 10 spots. Klinger is the biggest mover of the race right now. Mind you, he is up 14 positions and doing a fantastic job of being up 14 positions. Hoskins trying to better that, though. He is on his way. Lap 131. Pit cycles coming about. Just take a look at what Forrester's pit cycles are. Pit strategy. I don't know why that didn't change. Don't know, folks. Don't know what's going on with this thing. Crazy. Well, I was trying to look at the pit strategy, so apologies about that. I guess the thing is just not working. Huh. Crazy. Ah. I think I figured it out, folks. There we are. But now, boom, there it is. Forrester looking like his laps might come in here in the next couple of laps. Lawson Peel, roughly about the same pit strategy as the race leader. Green, AJ Green, Peel coming to pit road early. He is already on pit road. Colin Forrester doing it what he does best. We're trying to at least. He's going to come to pit road now. On pit road behind Lawson Peel. AJ Green coming in. I see the cycles. Brandon Banks, though. Brandon, still good to go for a few more laps. He can go roughly about 8 more laps. Delia as well. Roberts as well. Forrester does look like Klinger going to have his pit cycle back, so that's going to be good. Forrester and Green back out there. Lawson Peel still inside the top 10. He's out there on some fresh tires. Just came to pit road, so we're going to see how that works. AJ Green on pit road. Ken MacArthur, he's coming to pit road. Robert's now inside the top 10. Still 1 lap down. He came to pit road on lap 99. Still just as fast. This is Robert's best track, in my opinion. Brandon Banks, Kevin Delia, Matt Roberts. Banks going to lead around, get some bonus points for leading. 88 Rowdy Machine doing it justice. A whole lot of fun. Make sure if you're tuning in, stick around to the end of the race. We're just about halfway through. They're going to have at least 3 more pit cycles to go through before the end of this. Brandon Banks coming to pit road, trying to get down to speed. Is down to speed. Does look like, according to my relative. Kevin Delia. Oh, caution comes out. And what a break for Chris Roberge. Mr. Carlson involved in something. Holy cow. Take a look at what happened to Douglas Carlson. That's going to be a break for No Man. Lawson Peel has already come to pit road, so he will be the race leader. Everybody else. Here's what happened. Here's Douglas Carlson. I believe he might have been. This Douglas Carlson crashed. He jumped the pits. I do wonder if that might have done that. Not sure. Let's see what happened. Oh, he blew his engine. His engine blew. You see the puff of smoke. He's coming around. He's hauling butt. He's back in the mix. iRacing scored him being slow there and not being able to get back around. There's the engine blow. Oil and debris. Douglas doing what he's supposed to, getting off the track. Caution comes out. Race leader, Kevin Delia. Coming to pit road. Brandon Banks gonna stick it out. Klinger. Forrester's out there. There's Colin Forrester. He's back in the mix. Came to pit road on lap 135. Lawson Peel came to pit road. He's going to be there. Lawson Peel's going to have some very, very fresh. He's going to take this opportunity to get some of the damage fixed too, I believe. Maybe some of that nose damage. See what happens. Klinger off pit road. Roberts, your lucky dog. So lucky for that man right there. Roberts is going to be able to come to pit road now too. As he comes around to meet up with the field. Brandon Banks on the backstretch. First caution happens. Lap 138. 139. Apologies about that. 139. And what a fun run. All right, there's like 33 and the 88 coming to pit road. Forrester going to be all the way behind these guys. So these guys are going to get their lap back too. So that's going to be interesting. Free pass cars waiting to go around. Some of them waiting for fuel and tires. Some of them already taking tires. Some of these drivers have already been there. Like Matt Roberts has already been to pit road. Jake Elrod, Lawson Peel's, Lawson Peel's still on the lead lap. Bates going to be back on the lead lap. Dixon could be waiting for it. Brandon Banks on pit road. So new race leader is going to be Colin Forrester. He's got a lot of free pass cars in front of him. Roberts on pit road now. He's going to come in. He's going to be tail into the field, but we know that Mr. Roberts is fast, so he's going to be there in 6th. Brandon Banks there right behind him. Banks coming off pit road. Going to have Bates right there in front of him. There's C.J. Anderson. Forrester, your race leader, leading them around. There's all these guys waiting for a wave around. I don't blame them. MacArthur in on 35, Dublé in on 30. So, opportunity here. Oxford waiting for a free pass, I do believe, here. No, might not get the free pass. I think he's a little bit further back than who's in front of him. So, Colin Forrester, there he is. All these guys in front of him waiting for the free pass to whenever they go 2 to go here. So, we're going to, or when they go 1 to go, when they go double file. Forrester, Delia, Klinger up to 3rd. Woo, Forrester, don't blink on me, buddy. Delia, Klinger to 3rd. Lawson Peel in 4th. Jake Elrod in 5th. Brandon Banks in 6th. And Colin Forrester inside the top 7 on the oldest tires by 35. He came in on 35. He does have some green flag run laps on those tires, so might be a little better for him in the very beginning, but after that, we'll see how everybody holds on to it. First caution halfway through the race, an engine gave. I think that was Douglas's. Happened to Douglas earlier whenever he tail whipped around, and man. Moving, grooving. That's what we're going to be looking at here, folks. His car has the lights off. Going to dive into pit road. We're going to go back to green flag racing once again. Roberts in 7th. Got the lucky dog after the... That's the drama that you want to hear. 6 gets it, or the 9 gets it. Apologies about that. 9 is ready to go. Green. Everybody rocking and rolling. Forrester, Delia, Klinger there to the inside, going to go around Peel as Josh Klinger really likes this track. He really likes the road courses too, so we're going to see how that's going to work in his favor as they continue to move forward. Green here. Forrester holding on to it. Delia is going to be right there. Two OCR drivers, second and third. Up front, Motorsports trying to stay up front. Klinger, Peel. Actually, I take that back. OCR inside the top five. There's all three of them. There's Delia, Klinger, and Elrod. Peel right there in the mix of all that. There's a whole bunch of Chevys up front. First Toyota in the mix, James Hoskin, who's going to be the first car one lap down. He was doing a phenomenal job. Does look like Delia's going to take the inner line, try to make it work. Peel's going to follow suit and going to try to make a pass on the 17 right there. Josh Klinger is fast, but we need to see how this is going to hold out. Kevin Delia trying to track down the 9 of Colin Forrester, who's got at least 2 or 3 green flag laps on those tires. Everybody else getting a fresh restart here. All fuel, all tires. 146 being completed. Green as they go. Peel to the inside of Delia, trying to get back to the front and try to put some pressure on the 9. As we know that Lawson Peel is trying to go 3 in a row here. Here's the number 3 car. 3 in a row. 3 wins in a row. Can you imagine that? Lap traffic coming for the drivers. As right now you see the 9 holding on. Nine has a 0.5 of a second lead. Peel's going to try to close that distance. Delia's right there on the back bumper of the 3. Josh Klinger there in the mix. So from 3rd, 4th, and 5th, those guys are all OCR drivers. Up 5, still close. Forrester still trying to pull away. I don't know if that might be a disadvantage in that situation. Roberge, where's he at? In 6th place, trying to get around some of the drivers. Dives low to the inside of the 15. Gets there, runs, running away with it as they continue to move forward. Roberge, very fast at this track, and we've seen him. He had to drive himself around. He had a penalty, served his penalty, got the lap back away from Forrester, was a lap down, and became the lucky dog on that last run. And after caution, after some pits, that worked in his favor. Colin Forrester, look out. Roberge might be coming here. 0.6 of a second. Delia is going to be there right behind Lawson Peel. This is the interesting battle going on right here. What do they have for Colin Forrester as they continue to move forward? Bro, Roberts down one, so off track for these drivers. Not sure what happened there. That might have been, I think that was Oxford involved there too. We'll take a look here. 15 right there. Oh, just a little save. Yeah. Coming out of the trioval right there. Good save by both of those drivers. Oxford looks like he might have hit the pit cone, so he might have to serve a penalty there. 9 going to be out front. Oh, he didn't get it. Looks like he's good to go. So there he is. The 9 of Forrester. Matt Roberts was holding on to it. Matt Roberts did a great job last week. He was ramped up into something and then had to drive himself back to the front and did a fantastic job doing it. Roberge closing the distance on all of these drivers. I would never think that Texas would be his best track. He's a heck of a super speedway driver, but I tell you what, he is owning Texas. I'm very proud of this driver. He is closing the distance on the race leader. Quick, fast, in a hurry. Lawson Peel starts to stack it in. He's going to start really dialing in what he's got going on right here. I do believe wrong button here, folks. He is closing the distance. Holy goodness gravy. The 3 of Lawson Peel starting to get in the mix. Hold on to your horses because all 900 horsepower coming at you. Texas, 153 of 267. We're over 200 miles driven here. And these guys are really holding on for dear life. Just hold on to it, guys. Just hold on. 3, trying to go to the outside, maybe pull a crossover here. Not doing it. Better speed. Turn 2 exit right there on the 9. Woo. Cockpit for Peel. That's what I was going for. Look at him right there. We all know what this looks like on mid-afternoon traffic. The 9, it's out of the gas just a little bit. Ooh, all over the bumper, all over the bumper. Oh, hold on to it. Forrester using the inside line, trying to push it out there. Better watch it. We saw what happened in the trucks when that happened. You got a nose full of bumper, and that could end up hurting you. Delia trying to go to the outside. Looks like there's an in and an out. Woo, this is what it looks like, folks. Little feather in the gas. The 9 trying to make sure everybody, I don't know if he's trying to force everybody to wear out their tires, but I tell you what, the 3 was so close to him, he could have handed him a piece of paper from the school teacher saying, move. But it happens. That is good racing right there. These guys are really killing it, I promise you. Battle for first, getting interesting. The 3 entering in like you would normally arc in the car. Running a little bit higher, trying to gain that speed on the outside to get right back to the back bumper. The 9 of Forrester holding the inside. Whenever everybody gets to him, he just holds the inside line, which is, you know, I mean, we've seen that time and time again. We've seen that with other drivers too. It's not in the truck series, but it can hurt you more than it can help you because it forces you to wear those tires out faster. Peel, Delia right there in the mix. Klinger there as well. Robert driving through the field. He is up to 5th now. He went from 7th or 8th to 5th in this section of the restart. And look at him. He wants it back. He wants it. He wants it fast, furious, and in his own. Robert's holding on to it, doing what he does. Jake Elrod, the 14 inside the top 10. Just 2 seconds off. Still doing a fantastic job. Since the restart, we've had 7 changes for position. Evan Hayes passing James Oxford. Cody Anderson passing Daniel Helm. Mike Simone passing Mr. Oxford as well. Chris Robert's taking over Elrod's position. And those guys battling back and forth quite a bit. Robert's holding on to it. He is now gaining on Josh Klinger. He went from 4 seconds off, starting at the tail end of the field, to drive through it, and now catching the leader. 1.93 seconds off from 4. Colin Forrester has a whole lot of battle coming. Peel not giving up. Delia holding on to it as well. So these guys within striking distance, a little down on the apron. Denying losing. If you touch that apron, you lose a little bit there. So you see the exit speed, or you see the exit relative, where Peel gets right back to him. So he isn't able to carry that speed. You're basically using the bottom of the track to turn your car for you when you're in the gas. And so turn 3, turn 4, a little bit better for Forrester right there, as Peel still starting to try to close the distance. Into the corner, both of the drivers, the 9 doing a great job of staying off that low line. Very good exit for both of those drivers, right there neck and neck. Forrester pulls away just a little bit, and Peel trying to hold in that track. Right to the bottom line, both of the drivers, fast-paced impact action. And as it continues to move forward, Forrester trying to get credit to have the most laps led here. Little extra bonus points for him there. Peel trying to find the door that swings in that direction to go around the 9. Forrester drives for... Who he drives for? Upfront Motorsports. It's going very well. Thank you, Piercer, out there. Cody Kinsey, he drives for Upfront Motorsports. And they call it No Limits Texas for a reason. 3 on the 9's bumper. Oh, yes, very much on the 9's bumper. He was there. Holy cow. Look at the run they have going on. Checking, Dealing a little bit loose on the exit right there. Roberge, looks like he getting around Klinger right there. Falls off pace just a little bit. I think that was just trying to get around the drivers. Woo, easy Klinger, easy Klinger. Yeah. There he is, Roberge, Elrod, Klinger all together. Roberge running his line, trying to catch himself back up to Forrester, Peel, and Delia. All these drivers on the same pit cycle. Roberge came on, after being the lucky dog, came on lap 141. These guys have 20 to 25 laps on their tires. Colin Forrester, 30 laps on his tires. Lawson Peel really trying to hold on to it. Let's take a look back, see what's going on. Brandon Banks, he is super fast at this track, and I think that he had to, I don't know what happened there, but Mr. Banks is back there in 9th, and he is trying to work his way back in there. I know he was off the lead lap. He's close to being off the lead lap, but I think that might change. Brandon Banks very fast inside the top 10. Hoskins, he was fast all night long. Is fast all night long. AJ Green running a faster lap right now than the race leader. There's the 48. Driving 4/100ths of a second faster than the race leader right now. Everybody gaining on him. AJ Green gaining on Colin Forrester just a little bit at a time. Lawson Peel settling into place. This look like after about 20-25 laps, that's where he stands. A tenth of a second slower than the race leader. Chris Roberge last lap, 0.2 of a second slower. So it looks like Roberge might be trying to get himself into the mix. He's got Delia coming up here in just a moment. Devin Delia doing a fantastic job from third, 1.36 seconds off of the leader. Colin Forrester still out front, but Lawson Peel still there to apply the pressure. Ooh, look at those. 2 different lines, if you can see how they turned into the corner right there. Turn 1, a monster for everybody. Peel a little bit better on the turn. Colin was in the turn a little bit better as far as that whip or that corner whip. And right now, 170 laps in, we are just under 100 laps to go. And these guys are really holding on to it. They're starting to figure out where their tires fall off and how hard they have to hold on to it. Forrester does have Brian Dublé in front of him. Brian Dublé, of course, the teammate to the 3. Lots of woo! Little squirrely for the 9. Forrester catching to the outside. The 3 right there, back bumper run. Forrester was squirrely on that. Oh, man, 3. Oh, 9 to block. Too early for that. Don't block. Let him go around chasing back down. Don't block. That's redonkulous. 3, 9. That's just me, in my opinion, folks. It's too early to block somebody. If you come down and you block somebody too early, you can end up hurting yourself. Outside line run for the 9. The 3 is right there. 15 on fresher tires. Following in suit. Little bump. Little up the track. The 3 goes. I do believe that was right there. I think the Oxford is on fresher tires. I'm looking at where Oxford came in. Oxford came in at 166, so he does have fresher tires than the leaders, and he was just trying to get up to speed and get out of their way, and it does look like he did so. The 9 and the 3, bumper-to-bumper action there in turn 1. Forrester being caught back and forth. Ooh, this Reed dropped below the line right there. Going to lose some of that speed. Maybe try to get some of it back. Lawson Peel right there in second. Kevin Delia in third. And right behind Delia. No, or not far off Delia. Roberts. There's Brian Dublé. Double trouble. There he is. Running 15th. He is up there in the mix with the leaders. Trying to get some of that back. He came to pit road on lap 141. And no doubt holding on to it as best as he can. Does look like he has figured some things out because he's passed quite a few drivers to get himself up there with the race leaders to try to get around him. Roberts is there as well in the mix. 6 going around to the inside, catching Kevin Delia just a little bit at a time. Here's what Kevin Delia looks like on lap times to Roberts for 4th and 3rd. Roberts ever so slightly catching him each lap. Lawson Peel to Kevin Delia. Delia better than Peel on a few laps right there. Forrester and Peel, they are last 4 laps almost neck and neck, catching him, getting a little bit slowed up in each corner. There's the 32 of C.J. Anderson right there in front of the 9 of Colin Forrester. Good race so far. What a fantastic race for these folks. Dirty Air killing Lawson in the corner. I think that corner entry is Lawson Peel's best friend, but there's no fake to Forrester. Forrester has shown that he'll come down and protect the line that he's driving, and that's kind of the thing. You got to look at where you know that driver's going to go. Forrester there to protect. Peel when he gets to his bumper, that's kind of where it's at. But in the meantime, all that does is it doesn't allow the top 2 to get away from the next 3 cars in the mix. Because look, Kevin Delia now right there to try to get to the back bumper of Peel. The fastest guy up inside the top 5 in the last 3 laps. That guy right there. He is hauling tail. Forrester into the corner, low line run. And the thing is that if Peel checks into the corner and Forrester's right there, and Forrester's not carrying that speed, and he gets a little nose damage, that's going to affect Peel a lot more than it's going to affect Forrester, because here, you know, the draft is only good on the backstretch. The front stretch doesn't really matter. It's all about drivability. We'll see how it goes. A lot of racing left to go. Right now, 45 laps on Colin Forrester's tires. Or, sorry, 35 laps on Colin Forrester. Yeah, let me look. Let's just look. Pit strategy. 44 laps on his tires. Peel, 39. So Forrester will be looking to come to pit road here, I'm pretty sure, here pretty soon, because he's usually around the 46 to 44 mark. You see that right there. Average pit stop 45.4. Peel came on 40 on the last time. It's just because he had an extra set of tires to burn. I mean, we had a caution, so that makes sense. Roberts goes about 49 to 50 laps, so that's the makeup and the difference there. Kevin Delia comes in on 49 to 50 laps, so those guys stay out there pretty long on those tires. We'll see what Forrester decides he's going to do here at 0.6 of a second over Peel. Peel is in there, so we're going to see what happens here. Lawson Peel comes in on 45 on his tires. No doubt that, you know, if I were, Forrester and Peel, that's 1 and 2 when it comes to, 1 and 3 when it comes to pit stalls. If I were either one of those guys, I would just come in when each other comes in and duke it out to the end. If Peel has a faster pit stall time, then that's where you work it. Evan Delia looking pretty darn good himself. As Chris Roberts in his draft, that's the backstretch run. Josh Klinger in 5th. As AJ Green to the inside. AJ Green running as fast and as hard as he can. That's another driver that's catching the leader. Forrester to pit road. No doubt those dogs are barking. Lawson Peel out front. A.J. Green to pit road as well. Man, he was taking over some positions. I know they're teammates, but I don't know if I would have come in right there. But that's me. Just me. Lawson Peel. Turn 3, turn 4. Pit road. Ooh, get down to speed, get down to speed. Woo! Locking him up. Klinger. That said A.J. Green went off track. We're going to take a look at this. This might have been when he's coming to pit road. Oh, got loose. Got loose. Oh, hit the cone. Trying to get down to speed. Oh, man. Guess who's out front? Kevin Delia. He's going to lead him around. Does look like Lawson Peel was going to come out, and he's in pit road. Brandon Banks in pit road as well. Colin Forrester back out on track. Going to have those fresh tires. Bates, Peel, all those guys. Big Brandon Banks coming in pit road. Lots of cars a lap down. Banks, the last one on the lead lap. Or last one lap down, so that's how that's going to work. Kevin Delia going to lead him around right here. Get some credit for some OCR team points. Klinger there in second. Roberge in fourth. Roberge on pit road early for him. Man. Maybe Chris Roberge is thinking something here. Top 3 drivers, all OCR. Delia, Klinger, Elrod, Roberts, Matt Roberts. There is the number 16. A great run last week. Ready to do it again. Kevin Delia putting a lot of drivers one lap down right now. And if a caution comes out, that just benefits him. Matt Roberts on pit road. And right now, Kevin Delia is going to be holding on for dear life. Here they go. OCR 1, 2, and 3. Oh, yeah. Rubber's getting thick on the top side. Got himself a nice hold on that one's going to burn. I could see that happening. Definite fixtures happening there. This is Kevin Delia running around the track, having a whole lot of fun. Pit road cycles being where they are. Klinger coming around. He's in second. Elrod in third. Forrester, first car, one lap down. He's right there behind Kevin Delia. Chopper look as they come through turn 1, turn 2. Colin Forrester on the fresh tires coming around. Roberge and Forrester are going to be the 2 drivers that you're going to be looking at when it comes to what's happening. Brian Dixon, he came to pit road on lap 33. Kevin Delia coming to pit road now, so your race leader on pit road. Jake Elrod as well. Josh Klinger going to lead a lap or 2 around. That's kind of what Nick Klinger does, his style right there. There's the 17. Colin Forrester has his lap back, 25. But you see the relative just decreasing right there. There's Ken McCarthy, the 97, to the inside of the 17 to get the lap back. Pressure tires, the big key here. 17. In the lead right here. Kevin Delia on pit road. Brian Dixon, Chris Bates back on pit road. So Chris Roberge trying to track down Colin Forrester. We saw Roberge do it before. The gap between Forrester and Roberge right now, roughly about 12 seconds, and that's about half a lap. Last lap for Forrester. There goes Klinger to pit road. So Forrester's going to reassume the lead here. And you're going to see how that relative's going to come into play. Lawson Peel came to pit road a lap after, and that really kind of hurt his opportunity there. Chris Bates in front of the race leader. Colin Forrester takes back over the lead. Klinger about to come back off pit road here in just a little bit, I do believe. Klinger coming off pit road, picking up a good spot. I wonder if he just fueled it. I wonder. No, full pit stop for Klinger. These guys are all going to be back on the lead lap. They're going to get back up to speed. Roberts trying to close the distance on Forrester. Second place finish is still nothing to sneeze at for that driver. Last lap for Colin Forrester, 29.37. Last for Chris Roberts, 0.2 of a second faster. Now this time by 1/10 or 14 tenths of a second faster. So that's just incredible. These guys can drive and wheel these things like none other. And it has been such a clean race. Only one caution. And iRacing through that one. Give us a caution. It's Arizona Blue out there on Twitch. Good to see you guys out there, Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. All right, folks, I got to take a hydration break. I will let you guys watch it. I'll be right back. back at you. Hello, Kelly. How are you doing? Buddy, I've got some stuff for you that I've got to send over to you in the next day or two. Mr. Kelly Pointer out there having a good time. KPTV on Twitch. That's Austin Bloom trying to track down and get some laps back. He is tracking down, I think, teammate there, AJ Green. There's Jake Elrod. We're having some fun with that. Everybody wants a caution. Everybody but everybody who's a lap down. 2 seconds is what's been gained by Chris Roberge and company right there. There is the 20-year-old Courtenay, British Columbia, trying to slowly dwindle that relative and just continue to drive forward. Colin Forrester way out front. 8 seconds. It was a lot more than that. There's Brandon Banks right there. He went a lap down to the race leader. Brandon Banks was a top 5 car earlier, and we're seeing Brandon Banks also led laps earlier, so kind of seeing what's going on with that as you see them going forward. Thank you for allowing me to take a little bit of a water break and get something to clear my throat, because a lot of talking happens during this. And last night we had a heck of a long broadcast, that's for darn sure. I stayed up really late, opened up a whole bunch of Pokemon cards. They're going to be for sale here in just a little bit. That's going to be for sale for through Maximus Sports Cards on their eBay page. So anything that I got last night that you liked, keep in mind that they're going to be up for sale here in just a little bit. 60 laps to go, completing lap 208 as Forrester comes around. Banks is going to be right there trying to get his lap back. I think that's what's going on here, because Banks is really starting to chew up that time on the back bumper of Colin Forrester. There's the back bumper of the number 9. There's the 88 right behind him. Next pit stops. And man, they're going to be late in the race. That's for darn sure. And they only have one more green flag pit stop to take them to the end. And how is that going to work in their favor? Now, the way I look at it, when Forrester comes in, Roberge needs to come in. That's kind of my opinion on things. Roberge was the fastest car on the track for a long time. Now, the best lap done by Colin Forrester is a 28.72, but that is, it falls off really quick for him. Roberge and Delia both driving a tenth or better faster than Colin Forrester. Oh, Forrester blinking just a little bit there. Last 5 laps. That's the difference. That's what you see there from Forrester and Roberge. Another driver that might be picking up the pace that I'm seeing here as well. Quite possibly might be Kevin Delia. He's picking up the pace on Mr. Roberge right there. Last lap a little bit slower, but still a good run. Forrester, Roberge, Delia, Klinger, Elrod Banks, or Elrod Roberts and Banks. So those guys are all there. 3 of the 4. 3 of the OCR drivers there inside the top 5. So Delia, Klinger, Elrod, good run for those drivers. Needing good team points at the moment. Delia runs a heck of a lot faster lap on that one. Robert's losing ground on that lap. You saw him get a little bit into the corner right there. As Colin Forrester still leads him around here. Where Josh Klinger and Kevin Delia are. There's Klinger. He's 4 seconds off teammate Kevin Delia. Jake Elrod, 4 seconds. It's like 4-4-4. There it is. Kevin, the number 53 OCR driver. A little bit of lap traffic in front of him, but nothing to sneeze at. Lawson Peel inside the top 10 now. After having to serve that penalty, trying to go around these drivers, get himself back on the lead lap. Lawson Peel came to pit road on lap 184. Roberts on 186. Kevin Delia on 191. Klinger on 193. Everybody's going to have to pit, and if it stays true, we're going to see Kevin Delia, Klinger, and Elrod come to pit road on somewhere around the 140 mark, or the 240 mark, lap 240. Colin Forrester stays true somewhere around the 230 mark, 225 to 230 for this driver. So in the next 8 to 15 laps, we're going to start seeing green flag pit stops. Brandon Banks, another driver, he's the first car one lap down. He came to pit road on lap 191, so an opportunity there for him to stay out just a little bit longer. Forrester, Roberts coming off pace just a little bit. Colin Forrester pulling ahead of the rest of the field by just a little bit, 30.22 on his last lap. Roberts looks like he's going to be pulling in a 30.3 on his lap. Yep, 30.36 on his lap. So losing a little bit of ground, but there's a lot to be made up. Colin Forrester looking at it going, 50 laps to go here. He comes around a complete 218. Almost might be worth stages. I hope. Yep, Michael Newbrown, come in with him. Come in when Forrester comes in. Don't worry about whether or not you're going to run a lap or two longer. Come in when Forrester comes in, because on the earlier tires, Colin Forrester is good for about 2 or 3 laps, and then Roberts is much faster for about 10 to 15 laps, and that's enough for him to. I mean, he closed 4 seconds on Roberts. Ooh, Roberts coming to pit road early. Oh, because he can run 47 laps on his tires, no problem. He's not had an issue with that. Roberts coming to pit road. Forrester out there. Delia moves to second. Oh, look at that. Roberts knows he's fast. As long as he doesn't get a pit road penalty, he's going to be just fine. Brandon Banks right behind him. Roberts coming off pit road. Only 1 lap down. No penalty for that driver, so he's coming out. Forrester coming to pit road. Oh, is that going to be enough to be able to be made up there? Got to get down to speed. Delia. He's coming around. It does look like Lawson Peel might get a lap back here. He can get around Kevin Delia. Forrester on pit road. Taking it easy. No penalties. Oh, man, oh, man. Roberts coming around. He's going to try to get his lap back here. He's definitely going to get around Forrester. Is Colin Forrester now off pit road, full pits fuel for him, full pit cycle. Roberts, where's he going to be when it comes to Forrester when he comes off? Because Forrester is still getting around pit road. Roberts there under Jake Elrod. Colin Forrester, front stretch running right now after his green flag pit stop. So good little run for these drivers. Kevin Delia is going to be coming off pit road here. Or not going to come off pit road. He's going to be coming around. Forrester just got his lap back. So clean running for these drivers. There's the 3 of Lawson Peel, who still needs to come to pit road. He's a lap down. And Forrester hauling tail. Josh Klinger there as well. Robert's going by Bloom. Chris Robert's right there in the big, strong thorn of what's going on. So between he and Green and Lawson Peel, I mean, he came to pit road at the right time for him. And that's kind of it's all perfect. Colin Forster had a heck of a pit stop. Full 4-tire pit stop, and tell you what, these guys are just absolutely amazing. Kevin Delia leading them around here, lap 226, hoping for some kind of goodness to come his way. Going to try to run all those laps down. Colin Forrester. Short pit action coming in his way. Lawson Peel, first car, 1 lap down. Came to pit road on lap 191, the same as the race leader. Forster going around Peel, or is going to be around Peel. .40 laps to go when the race leader, Kevin Delia, comes back around. And let's look at the pit strategy for all these guys as they continue to move. 36 laps on those tires. Can go another 14 laps before it becomes an issue. Klinger, biggest mover of the race right now, up 19 positions. Matt Robertson, Brandon Banks coming to pit road. Banks behind him right there. It does look like the 19 coming to pit road as well. Lawson Peel still out there. Robert's moving up some spots. Robert's just needing to hold on. Kevin Delia out front. 5 seconds out in front of Klinger. 10 seconds out in front, 11 seconds out in front of Elrod. 22 seconds out in front of Forrester. Forrester closing the distance each lap, but for how long? Because those tires are going to be a big factor when we get late in the race. Delia ran a 1.2 seconds slower on that lap than Forrester, but that relative still closing down. $39 laps. He can still go another 10 and be just fine. Robert's coming around. Peel is... those guys are fast. Robert's was... I'm cheering him on because Chris is very humble. And you see what he's doing to drive himself around this track just to be as fast. He does have a lot of lap traffic with him. The only driver that he is not faster than right now is the guy he is tracking down. That's going to be this guy right here. And it does look like Colin Forster is just that fast this race. Your pole sitter looks like he's going to be trying to finish this race in first. What's the time difference between the two? Right now, 11 seconds between Colin and Robert. And that is... There's a lot of things in the mix there. So now you're going to be able to see it. Colin Forrester and Chris Robert. Robert's going around the drivers, but still the way that it looks with Delia has to come to pit road. Klinger has to come to pit road, and Elrod has to come to pit road. That's still going to be a top 2 finish for Robert's right there. So still a fantastic drive. None to say the least. But Delia, he is hauling. 30.72 the last lap. Forrester ran a 29.36. Robert's ran a 29.49. So Robert's, those tires starting to play a big factor now as, that full throttle 4 corner is going to be a little bit different. Elrod 16 seconds off. He's about 8 seconds away from, I'm sorry, 14, I say 8 seconds. He's about 6 seconds from being caught by Colin Forrester. 5 seconds now as they come around the corner. There's the 9 trying to track down third place. I know they're hoping for a caution. Lawson Peel on pit road as well. Lawson Peel speeding on pit road. That's a big one. That's just a hard one to get away from. You see the gap, 14 and 9-4, 13 seconds between Forrester and Roberts. They are starting to catch Kevin Delia pretty fast now, but it's starting to cycle out. Dunson going around. There's Bradley Dunson, the number 12. Woo, right there. Good. Fast tires going around the 53. 53. Looks like he's coming to pit road. Hard on the brakes. Staying out of trouble. Here he goes. Josh Klinger on pit road as well. Jake Elrod coming to pit road. Colin Forrester coming around to reassume the lead. Does so right here. Lap 237. 30 laps to go when they come back around to the green flag. Roberts really trying to hold on. He is about 13 seconds off the race leader. And those faster tires for these drivers are going to be the big factor. Delia coming off pit road. Elrod on still. Klinger coming off pit road as well. So, 17 laps on those tires for the 9. Everybody else a lap down, and we know what those faster tires can do. Roberts in on lap 219 at 267. That would put 48 laps on his tires. The same with Colin Forrester. He stayed out 2 more laps than Roberts. There's the 9 of Forrester. And the thing is that because they pitted so early, there's going to be so many cars that are coming, having these late race or these late stage pit road cycles that they're going to be right there. So 13 seconds is the gap between first and second. Everybody else a lap down. Woohoo. 9 up the road. The 53 gets a lap back. The big difference to make up as the 53 is going to be trying to track him down from back there. But we did see it on 20-lap tires, the difference between the 53 and the 9. Now it's going to be the difference between the 9 and the 53. Kevin Delia, last lap, 1 full second faster, and he has roughly about 26, 27 laps to do it. Can he do it as they come around? Delia's last lap, 1.05 seconds faster. And look at that relative shrink compared to the 2. Colin Forrester trying to catch the draft. Roberts right there. He's starting to close in some of that distance. He was 14 seconds off. Now he's down to 12. Delia, half a second faster that lap. Roberts, half a second faster. Klinger, a full second and a half faster on that last lap. Klinger almost ran his fastest lap time that last lap. Forrester, ooh, blink. Don't blink, buddy. "27 seconds and shrinking for Delia to come around. Bears a little blink going on there. Got the 13 of Helm right below him, or right above him. Daniel Helm, these guys are already on faster tires. 12.4 seconds. Chris Bates trying to compete, trying to get up there as well. Bates 2 laps down in 11th. Hoskins 2 laps down in 10th. Everybody else a lap down. And that is all due to green flag pit cycles. And the guy who had it all right there at the 9 had it right each and every time. Even though Roberge is starting to close the distance a little at a time. We're under 25 laps to go. The NWASCS 24 to go. Speaking of NWACS, now is the time to make sure to do it. Kevin Delia putting in the work. Yes, absolutely. He's really putting in the work. Delia just closing the distance. He's got 23 laps to shrink that relative down. Talk about, and he just did it a full second and a half. There's Kevin Delia, 29.26, a full second, and Colin Forster is 30.25. The Northwestern Arkansas Senior Care Specialists, make sure that you go and if you need their services, please don't hesitate to give them a call at area code 479-445 or 3469. If you're in the Northwest Arkansas area, make sure you look out for their Suboxone Clinic. That's going to be opening up here in April of 2021. They are there to help treat patients needing medication-assisted treatment to help combat the national opioid crisis and the treatment of opioid use disorder. So make sure you do that. Or you can give them an email over there, NWA Senior Care Specialists, and you'll be able to, that's at gmail.com, and that would be absolutely wonderful. Thank you to all of them for what they did. Thank you to everybody who is out there that helps supports this and helps supports what they do. Delia closing the gap, 6 seconds in the last 7 laps. Needs a little bit more help. Roberge, man, he is right there. But you know what? Delia may not catch Forrester, but he is catching Roberge quick, fast, and hairy. 20 laps to go. He's got 10 seconds to do that. 10 seconds to make up from there. So, I mean, we're talking lap times. Here's the last lap times from those drivers. Delia just a second faster than these guys. And we know that's happening, but Roberge still has a lot of time left in the tank. There's the 9 in the mix of a whole bunch of lap traffic. There's the 3. On fresher tires, going to go to the inside of the 6. Or, I'm sorry, the 6 to 9. I'm looking at it upside down, folks. It's the 9 of Colin Forrester right there. And no doubt, all those fresh tires there. Roberge just a little bit off pace on the last lap. Forster ran a better time. Roberge there still trying to soak in the sun, so to speak. Mike Simone needs to use a blue shell. Take out the leaders, right? Mike Simone, the 27. There he is. Running 18th. He was fast for qualifying. Biggest mover of the race, still this guy right here, Josh Klinger. And he is outpacing Matt Roberts on those new tires as they continue to move around inside the top 5. Jake Elrod trying to do the same. There's Matt Roberts right there. Elrod on the fresher tires, try to finish inside the top 5. There is Matt Roberts right there. Late race pit cycle, that's what it's going to be. Colin Forrester right there, the 14 going around him. Delia trying to close the gap on Roberge. 6 cars on the lead lap right now as you see it. Brandon Banks looking for another top 10. AJ Green, Austin Bloom, Hoskins looking for a top 10. A top 10, 2 laps down. Isn't that crazy? The lazy jerk with the fox emoji. Nice. Forrester rolling. Rawhide at Texas. Ooh, the 11 going to the inside of the 14 right there. Holy goodness gravy. Lawson Peel there. There is the 19 there as well. 19 going to stay high. That's Kevin Hayes doing his Xfinity Series paint scheme proud. Robert's 11.93 seconds off of Forrester. And if it weren't for the unfortunate circumstances of what I saw earlier with when he got that speeding penalty, I think that you would have seen this guy a little bit further up in where he is now. But I tell you what, still, nonetheless, a fantastic drive off. And 8 seconds is the relative and the gap between he and Delia. And Delia needing to close the distance to get that P2 finish, but a top 3 finish nonetheless. Delia to Klinger, let's look at that. Lap times, Delia, this must be his track because he is pulling away from teammate Josh Klinger. Klinger to Roberts. Roberts, he's pulling away from Roberts quite profusely. And right now, Roberts is looking at his rear bumper and knowing that Jake Elrod is hugging that corner down on the backstretch. All those fresh tires. The difference in tires is huge. Inside line run for the 14. This is a pass for 5th, and Elrod moves OCR drivers all top 5. Matt Roberts says Brandon Banks. That's the driver. It's his teammate right there, the rowdy crew doing what they have to do. And AJ Green looks like he's closing the distance just a little bit at a time on him. We'll see how that goes as they continue to move around. Man, oh man, oh man, who'd have thunk it? Roberge closing the gap little by little. And that's what I'm talking about right there. Roberge's doing a fantastic job. Maybe a whole lap more. And you know, he could have been more cautious each time he went into pit road. And that might have slowed his pit road times down being on pit road. And it was because pit road time for Colin Forster total 42.35 seconds on the last pit cycle and 44.17 seconds for Chris Roberge. So think about that, and that extra 2 seconds, and then how long it takes you to slow down getting in, and how long it takes you to get around getting out of that. So, to say the least, been a lot of fun. 9 laps to go. The NWASCS Texas 400 has been a long one, but it's been a fun one. And to think that under 2.5 hours, we did a full NASCAR broadcast. We're pretty close to it. Matt Roberts there in front of the race leader. There's Josh Klinger as well. Guys trying to get some laps back and doing so. So they're going to finish on the lead lap. 27 of Simone falling a lap down, but it's not for long. Simone came in on lap 228 for his pit stop. 7 to go in this all but dramatic affair. Colin Forrester leading him around here at Texas, and it's been a good run. Just a good run for everybody. It's 3 weeks in a row that we had long green flag run races, and I don't have much. No helicopter. Hold on. No helicopter award. We're going to give it to Mr. Carlson out there. I love you, buddy. But you get the helicopter award for a blown engine, because it doesn't work anymore. We got to give it out every once in a while. Thank you to all of the sponsors tonight, the PVACF.org, or the Paralyzed Veterans of America Central Florida chapter. Go to PVACF.org and make sure that you go to our Facebook page. There's every week when I post the qualifying grids, I post a donate link there, so that way you folks can get out there and help donate and raise money for this fantastic organization. I think so far in the last 2 weeks we raised about $120, so keep doing it. And we want to make sure that you guys continue to push that out there and take care of these folks that help us. Maximus Sports Cards, Austin is a fantastic person, and I appreciate everything he does. And a big thank you to all of them for soaking it. If you want to sponsor a race, all you have to do is get a hold of me on Facebook. It is $35 for the Truck Series, $40 for the Xfinity Series, and $50 for the Cup Series. So if you are out there want to sponsor a race, if you want your business featured right here, I promise it's worth it. Your price comparison per view that we get, especially over the long haul, is very, very, very nice. Across the board, we stream across 4 platforms, and then just a whole lot of fun. And yeah, he definitely earned it. He definitely earned it with how he pitted. He was on his cycle. Caution comes out. Ooh, nearly. Green, white, checkered. Oh, that changes everything. Ryan Dublé comes around the corner. I think he was running high. Oh, hit the corner, hit the wall. No. Oh, no. Inside wall. Oh, no. I spoke too soon. Ryan. Yep. There it is. Charlie on the Harley out there. Ugh. Wow. Man. Whoop. What happened? Oh, there it is. Wrong button, folks. Helicopter was still going. Oh. Michael Newbra out there on Twitch, team owner to these guys. And I believe everybody on pit road. We know everybody's on pit road. There's Colin Forrester, Roberge, able to catch back up. He's going to be coming off pit road as well. So, 2 things happen. 2 things happen. He just wanted some airtime. He got a bunch of airtime. We've been back and forth with him a lot. So a chance for Chris Roberge to apply the pressure to Colin Forrester, right? and then Michael Newbrow's other driver is a part of the helicopter award. That was Michael Newbrow, team owner to Drinking Bros Racing. Made me laugh a little bit there. Just a little. Lots of free pass cars coming. But not only does that give a chance for Roberge to apply some pressure, but we've got Delia, who's been fast. Klinger's there. Brandon Banks is back up there. Jake Elrod. So with a green, white, checkered, anything can happen here. And these drivers do have choice of inside or outside lanes. So, man, oh, man, oh, man. Just when I was counting it down, like, all right, this is the time when we do this. Thank you, Brian. Arizona Blue, OCR. That's what I was saying. OCR is going to be there. Roberge for the win, says Cara Dublé. Oh, man. Forrester. I don't know if I would have put fuel in my car. I probably have enough fuel to make it around just fine. I would have just went in and put tires in. That would make my car a little bit lighter for the first couple of laps for these green, white, checkered laps. So, ooh-wee. Oh, man. And then you've got cars that want to be on the lead lap that need to get the wave around, that pitted within the last 10 laps here. So, I mean, definitely going to be interesting to say the least. Lawson Peel, last car up in the mix right there, looking for a wave around, and they're going to get it. So Green, Bloom, Bates, and Peel are going to be back on the lead lap, it does look like. But they have to start at the tail end of the field, so this is all going to be about position finishing here. Here they go. Pace car releases them to go around, I do believe, right here. There it is. 9 chooses the inside lane, 6 to the outside. Second caution happens with 3 laps to go, and now gives us our first green-white checkered. Oh, man. Who'd have thunk it? Forrester, Roberts, Delia, Klinger, Elrod, and Roberts. Banks, Green, Bloom, Bates. These guys coming around to get their laps back. They're going to be back on the lead lap. Does look like Dublay's okay and okay enough to finish back there, so he's going to be back there. Everybody getting those tires, all that marbles, everything. Oh. Doesn't get better than this, says Charlie on a Harley out there. There's going to be 2 green-white checkers for sure, says Michael Newbrow. Pace car is going to dive off. First attempt at a green-white checkered here. Texas, the NWASCS, waiting for the green from Fred the Flagman high above the stands. And they get it. Green, 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 green. They are off like a prom dress, ready to rock and roll. Forrester right there. Roberts to the outside. In like Flynn. Speaking of which, hats off to his family. 6 outside, 9 inside. This is where it's going to be interesting. The 6 is going to be right there on the back bumper of him as the 53 tries to clear it. 9 there to the inside. Inside line run. They're going to stick to the bottom. 6 is going to run up high. This is where it goes. 6 high line run. The 9 is going to protect on the inside. That's where he has to protect on the inside, because if he doesn't, he is going to be losing the arc as they go. 6 slips inside. 9 high. Bumper to bumper action. White flag wave. 6 is going to be there. Kevin Delia to the inside. They're off on the grass. The 9 really trying to hold on to what he has. White flag at Texas, and they are on a roll. Do they have anything for Forster coming out of the backstretch? They do. Oh, the 9 is going to protect to the inside. 9 up, 6 down. 53 to the inside. The 9 coming around 2 more turns. 3, 4, front stretch run. 9 wins it. Forster wins. 6, Roberts second. Man, oh man, 53 of Delia. What a great end of the race right there. Good drag strip. Good protection on the inside line. Fresh tires can allow you to do that. Congratulations to everybody there. OCR top 5 for everybody. Good run, good drive. Colin Forster with his first win here in the signature eNASCAR Cup Series. Week 4, good little love from all his teammates, the 24 and the 48 right there. Roberts giving some love. These guys having a whole lot of exciting times. What a good finish right there, and they kept it clean. Well, Anderson is in the back. Totally joking. Where did Anderson finish? He finished his 22nd. 3 of the 4 drivers inside the top 5 OCR. There we go. Let me correct myself. Thank you for getting that. Thank you, Arizona Blue. What an awesome finish by all the drivers. Thank you very much to everybody. Congratulations to the 9 of Forrester for winning here. And we are going to jump in. Let us move into... Where is he at? I'm trying to get to it. Come on now. Come on now. There it is. All right. Things aren't working very well for me today, apparently. All right, Colin, congratulations, my man. Heck of a drive off. The green, white, checkered showed a true testament there for you to be able to come back around and get it done. So walk us through your race and how it went for you.
Well, race started off pretty good. I fell back. I started on pole, which, I mean, obviously, good start to the race. Fell back to third or so, but I eventually, I think Lawson got a penalty or black flag or something. But I know that obviously caution came out of the end. That had me worried. But pitting was the right call. Just had to run a defensive line down the backstretch and make sure I had the inside, because the inside's key here, and is a fun race overall.
Oh, yeah. Long race. I bet you're tired.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely a long race, but well worth it in the end.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations on first pole position. You got a lot of bonus points coming your way there, and a good finish overall for you, my man.
Yes, sir.
All right, give your shout outs so that we can get to bed.
But shout out to you doing the broadcast, obviously. Shout out to my teammates, Mike, AJ, and Austin. I know AJ got a black flag, so that was unfortunate, but AJ came back. I'm not sure where he finished, but I knew he had a decent finish. I mean, obviously not what he wanted, but all ended well for us. Should be some good team points. I think the Central Florida chapter Paralyzed Veterans of America.
Absolutely. All right, my man. Congratulations on the race win there, and we'll see you next week for sure. Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Up front, Motorsports number 9, doing what he does best, and that is winning a race. It's always good. Always good. All right, let's go to this guy right here. My man. Bring him up here to the broadcast booth, of course, and always warm in our hearts. Mr. Roberge, look at you go, buddy.
Thank you. That was a lot of work.
It was a lot of work. I mean, you came back from 2 laps down after getting, I think you got a penalty in pit road, right?
Yes, I did. I got a speeding penalty of the whole deal.
You never get a speeding penalty. What was that? So
I was 2 over the speed limit.
Oh, well, that's what they have those fake radars on iRacing for. So you came back from 2 laps down. You found yourself in second already because of pit strategy, the way that you worked. You pitted a little bit early, trying to close the distance, and you have long run speed here like crazy. And then all of a sudden, green, white, checkered happens, and you're up in the mix again.
I was in the mix. I'm trying to see what I could do with number 9, just to see what will happen. So I give him a little love tap just to shake him up a little bit, right in his little cage there, but that didn't work well. I had Kevin behind me, I think it is. Yeah, Kevin behind me, and actually beside me. I was trying to get down more, so I was trying to get a good run out of turn 3 and 4, because I'm really strong on 2 and 3. And I just couldn't close the deal, but second for Drinking Bros, man.
That's what it is. All right, buddy. Give your shout outs out there for me, and we'll let you go, okay?
Okay. I'd like to make thanks for Drinking Bros for letting me join with the team. I would like big thanks to Censure Esports. And thanks for a great broadcast for Jason. Thank you. And I want a big support from my wife for watching me and dealing with me. And thanks to my wife.
Absolutely, buddy. All right, tell everybody about your car too, because people need to know what Fast Lane Racing League is.
Yes, Fast Lanes Racing is for people with a disability. Yes, I do have a disability. It's called learning disability. It's any type of disability. So I'm in the league that we race 2 times a week. So we're actually starting up pretty soon, the new season in March. So if you want to come and join, if you have a disability, just look us up, and we're actually on Facebook. And I think Jason Paul can do that for us if he can.
Sure can. All right, buddy. Well, have a great race, and you were absolutely wonderful. Great drive off there, and look forward to seeing you next week at Bristol.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Drinking Bros Racing, number 6, Chris Roberge, my Canadian that we love and respect all together. Let's go and take a look and find the first of the 4. Where is Delia? Delia, where'd you go? Delia. Kevin, are you in the Discord? Should be in the Discord. I might be missing Kevin Delia here, folks. Evan, if you're not in the Discord, I'm so sorry. Trying to find him, trying to see where he is. Let's see where. Oh, he might be in the general. I'm looking for him. Not there. All right. Well, Kevin Delia comes home third. Let's go over the race results, and maybe he might pop up there here in just a moment. So there's your third place finisher from Chicago, Illinois. He's about to get some snow and stuff like that. Race results. Of course, this brought to you by all of you out there. You are all my race sponsors and my race results sponsors because you guys are amazing. Colin Forrester, Roberge, Delia, that's your top 3. Klinger, Elrod, all OCR there in the top 5. Matt Roberts and Brandon Banks, those guys part of Rowdy Motorsports. Those guys are going to be there in 6 and 7. AJ Green, Austin Bloom, teammates to Forcer. They are going to finish inside the top 10. Chris Bates, first driver inside the top 10. That I believe is a Toyota. Did a great job. Chris Bates coming back, battling back, part of Lights Out Esports. Another Drinking Bros Racing finishing there. There's Lawson Peel, Hoskins, Ken MacArthur's out there as well. Ricky Williams, Brian Dixon, Brian Double Trouble Dulay finishes 16th. There is Mike Simone in 17th. Oxford to 18th. And we will continue to move down that race results. Kevin Hayes, Bradley Dunson finishes 20th. Daniel Helm, Cody Anderson, DC Racing, or the other part of OCR. I need to put him in my car. And he is a fantastic person. And no, CJ, I do not accept what you sent me. You're amazing. Don't. Douglas Carlson had a little bit of issues, but his engine blew. DJ Thomas there as well. I know that Camella got back out in the racetrack, and then something must have happened with his internet. So that's how they are right there. So good to see everybody out there doing what they do. Congratulations to everybody and their finishes. And we're going to be back at it once more. So thank you very much to everybody tuning in each and every week. We appreciate you. And Kevin's he won't be able to talk in it. Thank you very much, Klinger. I appreciate you. I just now saw that. Klinger's absolutely awesome. Everybody's having a fantastic day. And I want to keep everybody in the mix. Have fun, folks. Pull Josh Kevin's mic as well. Okay. All right. We can do that. I'm seeing the chat now. I don't want to go over everything. Where's he at? Are you in your channel? Klinger? There's Jake. That's okay. We'll be good. All right. We'll be good for now. We'll talk to everybody a little bit later. Next week we'll be at Bristol. Tomorrow we have Joe Sixpack Racing. We're going to be back at that again, and then we will be ready to rock and roll after that for the cash race tomorrow evening, Talladega. So you'll be able to watch from my point of view. And then Bristol next week for the signature eNASCAR series. I believe one of the series has the week off, so we will take a look at that. But outside of that, we're having a lot of fun. It's a great start of the race. 2 cautions, one right in the middle and one right at the end. So I call that good green flag racing. Good green flag racing. Oh man, have a great night, everybody. We will talk to you soon, and we'll be back at it here just tomorrow. It never stops. We got to keep going.